Oh, welcome back to some more supports. We're going to continue on.
No, jumps away before he.
Ah, I see you are indulging in a bit of reading. You are fond of books, I take.
Yes, it's one of my favorite pastimes. I was just finishing up actually, so I think
That is most fortuitous.
fortuitous. How do you figure?
Come with me. I have a story to share with you. Once upon a time, deep in the cold mountains, there lived a lazy fox and an industrious squirrel. The squirrel worked tirelessly all day long, while the fox did nothing but lounge around and play. When autumn came, the squirrel hurriedly gathered up acorns for the winter. Fox continued to play without care. A biting winter fell upon the land. The mountains, caked in snow, concealed all nourishment from sight. Hungry fox went to the squirrel's dwelling, but the squirrel had locked up tight, gone to sleep. Every so often, the squirrel would wake, enjoy a nibble of an acorn, and then return to an easy sleep. The fox, on the other hand, with nowhere else to turn, was forced to scrounge for food in bitter cold of the forest. Forlorn and hungry, he wandered in solitude all through the winter, until spring came once more. And so it is to this very day that foxes are denied the comforts of hibernation.
Wow, I really learned something about foxes. I read lots of fairy tales like that when I was little. But the lazy fox and the industrious squirrel, huh? That one I don't think I've heard before.
It's not surprising, considering I wrote
What, you wrote it?
when Flame was young. She loved fairy tales more than I will read them to her often. This one, however, is a more recent creation. I wrote it for the benefit of the children in the monastery. So, what do you think? I'm curious to hear what sort of impression it made.
It's cute.
You found it to be cute.
Just see it now. You're writing fairy tales for your little sister. That's just the cutest thing. Honestly, to me, you usually come across as stern and overly perceptive. But now I know you have a sweet side too. I feel like I'm seeing you in a whole new light.
That is not what I was hoping to hear.
You're all starting to clean, huh?
Hilda?
Personally, I'm all worn out from carrying water and fodder for the horses. I'm going to rest here a sec.
Whoa, tired? Water? Horses? Are you saying you did work all by yourself?
What else was I supposed to do? You weren't here to help.
Okay, I get it. You did the work because you couldn't find nobody else to do it for you.
I was waiting for you. Because look,
A letter?
I told you I'm always getting letters from my brother. I wrote about you in a couple of mine.
You're talking about me behind my back? Honestly, you're so...
We didn't say anything bad. In fact, well, listen up. Here's what my brother wrote. Be he Almiran or no, any young man with compassion and good conduct is worthy of respect. Character is what really matters, not the place of one's birth.
Huh, that's pretty nice. Especially since it was from a noble who battles all pirates.
Right? He's a funny one, but for the first time, I really respect him. So thoughtful and tolerant.
That letter makes me happy. A lot of people look down on me just because I'm Almira. So, it's nice to hear somebody accept me as just another person.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean? I've accepted you from the start. I mean, you're so helpful. You do everything I ask.
That's not acceptance. That's relying on somebody else to do your work. What you ought to do is be a grown-up who your brother doesn't need to worry about so much.
I'm plenty grown up. I've just brought food and water for the horses on my own.
Being proud of doing what you're supposed to be doing just means you're lazy the rest of the time. So, I gotta admit, being relied on is kinda nice.
In that case, from now on, I'll rely on you even more. Let's see. First, I need to.
Well, time to get back to work.
Hey, hold up. Training at this hour? How unexpectedly diligent of you.
Ah, Hilda! How are things? Anything of note to report?
No? I'm not sure what you mean.
Oh, I don't know. You haven't been approached by any lovelorn goons lately, have you?
Now that you mention it, it's been a few days since any guys have flirted with me.
Fantastic. I got the hint.
Oh, wait a second. Are you pulling some weird prank on me?
Of course not. I'm just doing my best to keep my promise to Holst. That's all.
Oh, not this again. That was ages ago. I'm sure my brother's forgotten all about it.
Dead wrong, pal. I actually had the chance to see him recently, and he had a new request for me.
What? He told you to get rid of any guys who show interest in me so that I stay his innocent little sister forever?
That sounds more like Senate than Holst, don't you think?
Fair point. What was the request?
Guys here have the gall to consider you a potential bride. It's my job to test them, see if they're worthy.
Like where this is going.
Since Holst isn't here to do the honors, I've spread the word that nobody is fit to marry you unless they can defeat the great king of grappling in a fight.
What? That's exactly the same as getting rid of them.
How so? It only eliminates the guys who are dumb enough to take up the challenge.
No one is that dumb. No one around here thinks they can beat the stupendous king of grappling or whatever.
That's why I leveled the playing field by allowing sneak attacks. Plenty have already tried their luck. One guy actually tried to strangle me in his sleep.
Oh, a strangler. It sounds like a
And that's why I've been training so much. I should do it some weakling after all.
This is madness. If you keep getting stronger, there won't be anyone who fits the bill.
True. You could spend your whole life searching and never find a match for Balthus the Great. The only people who stand a chance are...
To prove that you're worthy of my hand in marriage, you're going to fight yourself.
I always knew I was my own worst enemy. One day I'll finally meet my equal in battle. Me.
So you're going to punch yourself out? Is that your idea of a romantic gesture?
When that fateful day arrives, Hilda, I want you to know that I intend to keep my word.
Hmm. Could do worse, I suppose. Pretty waiting.
How long do you expect me to stand here?
I did just say sorry, but I could say the same to you. You were pretty slow to settle on my time.
But Van Velden wasn't scheduled. Plus, I thought you could use the extra time to prepare.
We could go back and forth like this all day, or we could get started.
You're the one who got me paid. Yeah.
On my signal?
Hurry up.
That's better. Okay, go.
Let's see what you. Pit trap?
That's right. How you feeling down there?
Coward!
what you want, but Captain Gerald taught me this one. You're heavier than you look.
I'll admit, I wasn't expecting that.
If this were for real, you'd be dead. Aren't you glad I put straw down there instead of spikes?
Yes, I underestimated you. I suppose your lateness was a ploy to distract me.
You're not wrong. I did it to Riley well. Draw you in. You're capable, confident. I was counting on that. So, what do you think about Captain Gerald's training now?
His technique worked for me well. What's this gonna say? What can I try to do? Needs to my attention to a major vulnerability. I'm going to be wary of traps. Thank you, Liam.
Thanks for thanking me. Can I ask you a favor? Will you come watch my next training session? I'd like a few pointers about fighting in close quarters.
There must be a training lessons. Yes, I'll help you train.
Will? Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah, this is a great spot for it. Must be a pretty experienced fisherman, huh?
Actually, while I have enjoyed the hobby for a long while, I must admit I am less than proficient.
Now that you mention it, I can see you're not having much luck today.
It's likely because I'm not using any bait.
Well, explains it. But why bother fishing at all if you're not even trying to catch something?
Truthfully, I fish only so that I might relax. It's soothing to me. Pass the line and watch the water ripple. My days are busy, even hectic. So it helps to find peace and quiet every so often.
Oh, that makes sense. Still, if you're going to go to all the trouble, you may as well actually be alive.
Maybe so. But to my chagrin, do not even know what type of bait. I learned to fish by accompanying my wife. She was always the one with big hooks. She would hand me the rod and I would cast my line. I never paid attention to how the rest was done.
Ah, and your wife, where is she now?
She passed away quite some time ago. Since then, I have only to fish on my own. Even so, find peace out here. Bait or no bait. What about you? Why do you fish?
Me? Just for the fish, actually. For me, it's purely practical. Catch a bite now, one less meal to worry about later. Hunting, fishing, whatever it takes to get by. That's how I've always done it. I'm not exactly starving right now, but back then, if I couldn't catch something, I'd go hungry. So getting the hang of it was pretty vital.
I would certainly say so. Imagine it is intensely satisfying to catch a fish when the need is so great.
Probably, yeah. The need makes it more purposeful. If you ever want to try fishing for real, I'd be happy to share my bait with you. And if you catch something, I'll cook it up nicely for you. How's that for motivations?
Oh, are you a skilled chef also?
Can't promise it'll be fancy, but it'll taste good.
Impressive. Didn't you know? Suddenly overnight, it's to say.
Great. Let's get started.
Mm-hmm. There's an orange has gooey.
Excuse me.
Yes, what is it?
Scary. You are. I did it again. I'm sorry.
It's nothing I haven't had before. I am well aware of this. And I am accustomed to the commentary it brings. I do confess, however, that I was slightly hurt to see brutal such abject terror.
So sad. Never do it again. I promise. But I'm just wondering, were you really writing a farewell letter?
Ah, that. No, actually. I was composing a fable centered around Saint Indec.
I didn't know you wrote fables. What's it about?
Saint Indec, one of the four saints. He was an extraordinarily shy person. It is said that he spent most of his life in solitude, unable to open his heart to anyone.
I like him already.
He was, after all, a man who hid himself away at the bottom.
What's that like?
Nothing. Now, something else to know about Saint Indec is that he had incredible skill with his hands, and that skill made him beloved by the people. because he constantly applied it to their benefit. The moral of the story is that shortcomings can be made up for with talent and kindness.
Yes. But I don't have any talents like that. I can't even imagine being that helpful to people. So Indec must have been really gifted.
Don't be so quick to dismiss your abilities. You and he are actually alike in more ways than one. You possess index tests, after all, do you not?
Yes, I do. Really think we're alike? I just want to know all about it. So you read your paper when it's done.
Absolutely. Index example is something that you can all learn.
Thanks so much.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Burn. Oh no, what have you been trying? Is this your revenge? No, not at all. I just want to tell you, if you promise not to resort to violence, I'll do whatever you want. I've just been worked about. That's all. When I said I was your friend, ran away, saying something about your father. Lately, I know you've lived through some bad times. If you could tell me about it, that could help. Oh, I don't know. Please. Your father's not here now. Whatever it is, you're safe to tell me. Parents told me never to befriend them. They said commoners are scum, and that they'd crush any that tried to come near me. Scum? They called me, commoners. They called us scum? Yeah, but once, a long time ago, I did secretly make friends with one. My father found out about it. He disappeared the very next day. I heard was found half to death. I never saw him again. Since then, I've been terrified of making friends with anyone. Commoners especially. I never knew that kind of thing really happened. Your story's sure, but oh, Ben, I'm so sorry. I'm proud to be your commoner friend. Hey now, relax. There's nothing to bawl about. Your dad tried to beat me up. I returned the favor and then some. When I was in the opera, you better believe I had run-ins with those wicked, terrible men. I survived kidnappings, attempted murders, all kinds of stuff. But you know what? I broke those guys' arms. It was a thank you for all the trouble. So, now that you know I can defend myself, can we be friends, Vern? All right. Yeah. Friends?
May I suggest vermilion instead? I said nothing about my talents. I simply suggested vermilion or crimson. Do you know vermilion? It's just a softer shade of crimson. I believe it would. Forget your artistic vision, and I am but a man. I am going to read my book and leave you to your art.
Advice. I'll use vermilion. Thank you.
Well, I'd best be heading back.
Phew. Finally done. I think.
All finished?
Don't look at it.
Everything looks a bit faded, doesn't it? Ironic, trees say a better choice after all. The sense of distance on the petals is a little strange. Perhaps you should pay closer attention to such details as you paint. A preliminary sketch would do wonders. Still, forget my pedantic comments. You really do have potential. Vendetta? Perhaps I should have kept my thoughts to myself.
Yeah, you should have been out.
Lovely. We're just looking at
Dorothea, whatever are you doing here?
I'm Just taking a nap like this. Real Lynn. The nobles look down on such behavior.
You do fine. It's good.
Oh, I'm sorry. Never do act very nobly. Why is that?
Each person must follow their own way. This is how I prefer. Even if some of the more sense seem like from murders.
Doesn't that bother you? I mean, doesn't hurt your pride or anything?
What gives its off? It doesn't feed or gloom. It offers no warmth on a cold night.
First time I've heard a noble say something like that.
Well, most nobles are, is the politeness, fools. Yes, they are fools. My father is the Minister of Domestic Affairs, and he has quite enough, both of us. For example, did you know he and the Minister of Military Affairs cannot get along, although they value each other greatly? His pride, so he can't make amends. That is why there was discord between civil ministers and military officers in the Empire. So pride serves no good purpose in politics either. So tell me, what use is it?
I wonder if bad blood between civil and military leaders is somewhat unavoidable. The Minister of Domestic Affairs is in charge of all civil officials, so if they just hid easily, their subordinates would lose respect, right? I get the feeling that if your pride isn't equal to the responsibility you bear, then you aren't fit to lead. Also, I happen to think pride can be quite charming.
And how necessary is charm? It just gets in the way of leading well.
Charm that nobody will give you a second glance.
Right, which means more time for napping.
Lynn, you can't really believe what you're saying. I have been waiting for much time. Please, watch me.
Watch what? Oh, take careful with that spear.
How did you find that? I did more training.
Took my advice then. Say the problematic maneuver seems improved at least. The spear isn't really my area of expertise, but I've seen enough training to understand mechanics. I believe I can use that understanding to help you improve your spear.
My spear worked.
Right. As I said, when you lift up and stab down, you're trying to swing the giant. You're not a giant, so that's a problem. So allow the spear's own momentum to do more of the hard work for you.
Spear momentum.
The spear is heavy. When you lift it up high, loosen your grip a little.
At the top of my swing, loosen my grip. And then the weight will...
Precise. When you put too much power into it, not only do you exhaust your grip, you tire yourself out. Got it? All that effort is taken.
Very clever. I wonder why you have hatred for training.
Because training is too much like fighting. You would rather not fight. Also, I say I'm terrible. Anyway, good night.
Do not use this cleverness. It is a very big waste. I need you to use your power in order to...
Mhm.
Alright, wake up! The war meeting's over.
One more.
Morning is long gone. I said the war meeting's finished.
If that's the case, I suppose I can sleep a bit longer.
No, you cannot! Get up this instant!
Calm down. It's a wonderful treat.
What were you dreaming about?
I was dreaming about having the best afternoon nap of my life. Dream, I said, the dream's amazing.
I thought as much. I have to ask. I'm pretty sure you could do anything you put your mind to. So why do you spend so much of your life sleeping?
I sleep because I'm tired. What other reason?
No one can be that tired all the time.
Well, not all the time. Most nights I'm quite wide awake. Sometimes I get distracted and forget to sleep.
Are you kidding me? No one sleeps for 2 days. That's beyond lazy. There's not even a word for that.
I can't help it that my sleep schedule fails to line up with everyone else's.
Look, putting in effort is how you grow. You know, as a person and stuff. Everyone else is working really hard to end the war. Are you really okay with coasting like that?
I'll be fine, Annette. I'll be just. Anyway, I'm pretty.
Working hard on it. Stop.
Mhm.
Mr. Hannon, you have to clear. Of course. Last time we talked, you mentioned the importance of having goals. I think it's important. And in the end, I couldn't find that. No need to panic. Sometimes a goal can reveal itself to you. Without me. What's your plan, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, Ma. I want to create a world where everyone can access the power of crests, where no one has to suffer having or not having that power. Huh. It's a pretty big dream, but then wouldn't you end up stifling everyone? In that world, you'd be killing yourself trying to do research on every person alive. Ah, maybe you're right. But at least then, you wouldn't be the only ones taking such pains. The more people who have crests, the more people who will do research. And with more students, the research will progress far faster. That also means there would be less of the back and forth from heavy energy. You should be happy. So, does that still do nothing to pique your interest? To be brutally honest, it would be way less exhausting, less satisfying as well. That's like fishing at a market. So you at least understand that much. That is why I do research. If someone's going to see results someday, then I want it to be me. That's a thought that keeps me moving forward, even when it is difficult to do so. That sounds like enthusiasm. That's not something I have. But if we work together, I wonder if it would spark that enthusiasm. Are you saying you would agree to study crests with your old professor? In the end, I think you would probably be more interested in fishing alone. I don't even want to show any big fishing. Oh, as it were, I feel very much like someone who's made a catch, but the future shall hold even greater things than that. That's a promise.
I said my position would not change. Go home. You're not getting your hands on Thunderbrand.
I was not asking to, so stop being so overprotective. I have a different request.
Oh, so you're nagging about something else. Just so you know, constant badgering isn't a very attractive quality.
Appreciate it if you use Thunderbrand somewhere that I might observe it in action. Since you have denied me the simplest path as my enlightenment, I decided instead that I should closely observe the relic in use.
Linhart, the hero's relics aren't showpieces. I only use Thunderbrand when I need its power. I won't waggle it around for your entertainment. You know, even though it's compatible with my crest, it still takes its toll on me. Every time I use it, it wears away at my soul. Not that you understand.
Of course I don't understand. I've never used those.
Watch your tone. Remember who you're talking to.
Why are you so unwilling to let me study Thunderbrand in any manner? I wish to be a true crest scholar. Learning all there is to know about the hero's relics is my duty. Deal by using a relic myself, even if that did mean endangering my life, yet you deny me the opportunity. Scholars who will not endanger their lives in pursuit of knowledge are worthless.
Scholars should be willing to lose.
In a word, yes, which makes it all the more frustrating that you refuse my attempts at study. But I can't seem to convince you to just forget all about it. Your bullheadedness wins the day, Catherine. I'll go ask someone else. If only I could use the sword of the Creator without a crest. Small. I wonder how it is that the professor can use that. Makes any sense.
He wants so badly to study crafts as he risk his own life. It's impressive. I underestimated your tenacity, Linhart. I have to protect you from yourself.
Mhm.
Well, stop.
You? Last busy last. may be walking the same way as you, but
What do you want?
you've made it abundantly clear I'm not to want anything from you, including politeness.
I heard a rumor that you're planning to settle down with a noble. I abandoned my family, so you'll have to look elsewhere. Not much to gain from marrying me.
I just find you interesting is all. Is that so odd?
Interesting. I'm not interesting. What do you mean?
I've never met a noble so unsociable. Yes, that's the word, unsociable. Other nobles are quick to be friends, even if it's just because they might gain something from them.
The Empire's nobility. The kingdom's nobility is a whole different.
If yours, what? You should care how others think of you.
Why? I don't answer to that. All that matters is improving my skill. I'll prove my work on the battlefield. Most people care so much about appearances they can't even see each other. It makes me sick.
Oh, I agree. What's important isn't how someone looks, it's their true nature. I don't pretend to know your true nature. I have a very good understanding of my own. But I suppose you see mine just fine. Just a silly girl with no hearts in her hair except for marrying a noble. Yes, and goodbye, Felix.
Why am I so unlucky with women?
Oh, Sylvain, what's that face for? Have you been dumped again?
An unwritten rule, you shouldn't ask someone that.
I'm sorry. I thought you didn't mind being dumped. Huh. So your love life can get you down sometimes after all. Who knew?
I'm sad every time I break up with someone. It's just, I usually try to be the one doing the breaking up. I've never had a hard time with girls. Ever. Not until recently. But now when I think about it, I wonder what any of them even liked about me. It's not as if any of them knew much about me.
Isn't that what a relationship is for? Learning about someone else? Can't know it all right at the start.
I asked you before. If you would have invited me out if I was hesitant.
You did ask me, yes.
That was wrong of me to say. Just, it's not an excuse. But I'm always so suspicious. I'm a nobleman with a crest. But marriage proposals don't stop coming. Everybody wants me, except they don't actually want me at all. They want my bloodline. Within my family and without. It's always the same story. Sometimes I think that if I didn't have a crest, no one would look at me twice.
I see. And you're probably not wrong. Honestly, I've had those same sort of thoughts myself.
Sort of thoughts might both.
I sang and cheered and applauded, and I walked off stage. Doing the same thing every minute. A mountain of presents and marriage proposals. But none of those people knew me. All they knew was the singer they saw on the stage. All they wanted was my looks and my voice. None of them even tried to get to know the young.
I'm pretty sure I've heard the same.
We may come from different places, but we're much the same, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I suppose we are. Look, Dorothea, I've realized, even if you were an old grandma, I'd still flirt with you. And I absolutely know you would. So, I'd much rather win you over now and be with you until you become an old grandma.
That might be the most legitimately romantic thing you've ever said, Sylvain. And I can't say I disagree. I'd rather you win me over now, too. So that I can stay by your side until you're a grandpa.
Well, before any of that, will you go to dinner with me?
I'd be happy to.
There's three here.
Oh, Petra, it's you. You appeared out of nowhere.
I have a question to be asked, Paula.
Sure, don't mind. I'll answer this question.
You are always surrounded by people. When you speak, they smile. I feel envy. I want to know the secret to having a happy conversation.
You need a lesson on breaking the ice. That's a slippery subject, but I bet we can crack. Well, the crucial thing is to start conversations. Be proactive about saying hello. Ask questions. Also, it might help to stop sneaking up on people.
Start conversations. Stop sneaking.
You can always try throwing in a joke to lighten the mood. The trick is to keep trying so you get practice. Put your best foot forward and try not to put it in your mouth.
What are you saying?
Oh, I just made a little joke.
A joke?
Well, put your best foot forward. That's an expression people say that means try as hard as you can. And putting your foot in your mouth doesn't really mean what it sounds like. When you put your foot in your mouth, you are saying something rude without meaning to. What am I going on about? There's nothing worse than trying to explain a joke. Petra, you've gone awfully quiet.
You are playing with your words. We do such things in Bridget, too, in Emblem. You have a strange way of playing with the words meaning. I am admiring of it.
You admire me? Oh, Petra, no need to say kind things.
Am I hurting you?
If you were sincerely complimenting me, then no. To think, you just started learning how to chit-chat, and you've already got a silver tongue. You really put your money where your mouth is.
More laughing. This must be a complex technique for wordplay.
Mm-hmm.
Give you more gratitude for the commoner techniques you showed me.
Commoner techniques? Oh, you mean when I haggled for you?
Yes, it has made for many savings. I was telling the professor, we both are so happy.
Really, it wasn't a big deal, but I'm glad the professor was pleased. What is it?
Julia? A lot of time. I was living in the imperial capital. Then I came here to them. Both places contain many nobles, and many chances to be learning noble customs.
That's true. When you're surrounded by new people, you naturally pick up all kinds of stuff. Well, with nobles, there's a lot. Not to mention the dancing. I just keep stepping on my partner's feet.
In Folklore, we know of our training for dancing since their youth. They have much skill.
When I spent most of my time helping out at my parents' restaurant and playing with my brother and sister. Back then, I never dreamed I'd ever be studying at a proper academy with all these nobles.
I have learned many customs of the nobles. I am hoping you will teach me techniques, secret skills, anything. All of the things.
Secret skills? I don't think I know anything that big.
That is not the truth. The technique for money saving could be helpful even for nobles. It has use for all the world.
I don't know about that. Really, I don't have any special secret.
Commoner wisdom is only to be shared with commoners, then? I have understanding. Forbidden knowledge. Ash, how about we make a bargain? We can trade the information. In Bridget, powerful curse techniques are passed down. And we can speak for the spirits. I can be teaching you these things.
What? Curses? No. But if you really insist, I guess I could teach you a few things about what life is like on the streets. That be enough?
You will be showing me the secret techniques?
That's not...
Mm-hmm.
Zero. How was your bow training?
I think maybe I got better. Feels a lot easier to ready the bow lately.
That is a nice thing to be hearing. You have my support with your efforts.
I do?
Yes. Always cheering you on. I am long feeling a great affinity with you. Our positions are dissimilar, but our situations have great similarities. That is why I am always trying hard to be supporting and protecting you.
You mean you've been cheering me on all along? Well, in that case, I'll support you too.
You will? That gives me great joy.
It makes you happy? It's gonna sound funny, but hearing you say that makes me feel happy too. No, I just realized that well, when you talk, it's kind of powerful. It's like everything you say feels real nice and reassuring. Just listening to you makes me feel better about it.
Words can be said by anyone. Alone, they are without power. I am hoping I can learn to use words well to convey my feelings. I am still learning. My words are not coming out as properly as I'm wanting.
Maybe the words are. Feelings behind them are. I really do think you're special. Now that I know you're supporting me,
I'm going to work real hard not to let you down. I hope someday I can get strong enough to inspire you the same way you inspire me.
You have already been. You already have great strength.
You really think so? I still got a long way to go. I'm not tough enough to match you yet. So I'm gonna get stronger. Stronger and stronger so I can support you forever.
Stronger and stronger? So you can be supporting me forever?
Yeah. Forever and ever.
Even when I am being an old woman? It will be a difficulty then.
Sure. Even when you're an old woman. I'll be an old man right beside you. Doing my best.
Old woman Petra and old man Cyril supporting each other. I am looking forward to it.
Yeah. That does sound nice.
Mhm.
What are these things? Oh, hey, is this candy? A girl in town gave it to me. But I don't know. Right. You don't like sweet stuff. Thanks. I'll eat them later. So, what do you need? Want me to help you get closer to a girl? You're incorrigible. No. I wanted to thank you for your help in battle. If you hadn't spotted us in the ambush, I would have killed. I didn't do anything special. Friends help each other out, especially on the battlefield. Just a little give and take, you know? Nope. I try to stay on an even keel. Always what? Come on. If you've got something on your mind, then say it. Maybe I'll tell you later. Fair enough. I'll be having something to eat while you're deciding. Actually, come with me. My treat. If you do want to talk, then I'm right there. Okay, just this once. Only because you saved my life. Free food, possible conversation. When we're done, we can find some girls. It was a joke! Felix, I was joking. Come on, let's just go eat. Ingrid, are you familiar with the story of the King of Liberation and the 10 elites of Fogland?
Of course. They were the heroes who struck down evil with the power of the sacred weapons, protecting our land and people. Their strength was passed down through the ages, manifesting itself in the crest some of us are born with.
Yes, the 10 elites certainly possessed great power. Does that make them worthy of worship?
I imagine you ask because they later fought amongst themselves, turning on one another, ravaging the land.
Precisely. Initially, Nemesis and the 10 elites worked together to bring peace to Fogland. But soon their ambitions got the best of them, and they clashed, using their sacred weapons on anyone they chose, strong and weak alike. What I mean to say is, possessing strength alone does not make one worthy of respect. Rather, one should be judged by how they choose to use that.
Yes, I agree.
If you follow that logic, then you will see it also applies to those who are born with crests. Now think of how your father wishes to wed you to another family's fortune on the basis of your crest.
Yes? What of it?
These are purely inherited qualities. Is it not foolish to judge a person's value by some inherited fortune? That is all a crest is, really.
That's what I think too. Having a crest or not has no bearing on your worth as a person.
I understand that Count Galatea believes he has the right to manage your affairs. I am certain he has his own share of problems. And I do not wish to meddle or lay blame. If there is anything I should like to say to his daughter, it is this. How you live your life is up to you.
Thank you for your counsel and wisdom, Seven. Father's hopes were dashed long ago. I will take some time to reflect on what lies ahead.
Finally noticed me, I see. Good to see that you are so dedicated to your training. Do you have need my sword? No, this is not a military matter. I would like to discuss the distance you seem to be keeping from the others. Distance? I don't follow. I have noticed that you like to keep others at arm's length, and in most cases, quite a bit further. keeping a close eye on me. They don't share my values. Is that why you train alone? Because your friends do not share your values? In the same discipline. I suppose you're going to tell me to defeat your enemies, you must have defended them. It's not exactly how I would phrase it. Having good relationships with your allies is essential in combat. I am sure you realize that it is easier to bond with people when you interact with them. There are limits to what one person can do alone. Great things cannot be achieved without allies. You sound like my father. You're saying it's in my own interest to make friends? To put it simply, yes. As much as you possibly can. To be honest, because I know what it is like to not have many people to call friends. I wouldn't have guessed that. There are so many devout believers. I'm talking about friends. People to speak with on equal terms. You have many friends here. You should take care to attend to. I'll consider your advice, but I'm not usually one to change me.
Mhm.
Hey, Sedith, I got a delivery for you. Thank you, sir. Would you mind waiting just a moment for me to confirm the content? Sure thing. All seems to be accounted for. I lack the time to handle tasks of this kind myself. I appreciate you making the effort. Is there anything I can assist you with? Do you have any concerns? Concerns? Nah, I'm happy just working for Lady Rhea. I got a way better life now than I ever did before. If your better life is this frugal, I have to wonder what your previous experience was like. It must not have been easy before you came to us. But you should know that is in the past, and that you are young. You should be enjoying life. Do not allow your past to overshadow. Is there nothing you desire? We will support you in any way we can. Really, there's nothing. Except, I don't got anywhere else to go, and I just want to be able to stay here forever. This place Lady Rhea gave me, it's the only place I know to call home. I will keep that in mind. Well, I got work to do, of course. I apologize for delaying you.
Mhm.
I've been looking everywhere for you.
What's going on? Something urgent?
Oh, no. But I promised to tell you the rest of the Luna Knight's tale, remember?
Huh. That was years ago, wasn't it? That's a good memory. You really want to tell the story that badly, I guess. Just go ahead.
Okay, I will. Do you remember where I left off?
Well, you were telling me something about how the Lunar Knight was hard on liars and healers.
Right. So her husband, Duke Regan, turns out to be a liberty.
My favorite part was when she caught her husband in the act and tossed him out the window. I thought tales about knights were supposed to be straight-laced, but this one's raunchy as heck.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Usually these tales are pretty serious. Sometimes serious story need lighter moments like that to connect to the character. It helps to see that even these great heroes made mistakes now and again.
So trusting, Freckles. For some reason, I find it endearing, but you shouldn't take something at face value just because it's written down. The truth is, knights do plenty of things that aren't heroic at all. Things that hurt people.
You're not wrong. Knights do terrible things, but it doesn't make the great ones any less worthy of honor.
What about knights who have died taking a stand against the church? Would you call them great?
That's complicated.
Or what about the knights who put me in abyss, promising to release me from my curse? When they couldn't, they left me there out of fear for what I might do. Does that sound honorable to you?
Abby, so sorry.
Sorry. I can't help but say nasty things. Got any more stories for me?
Yes, actually. I came prepared with the most racy ones I could find.
Of course you did. Let's hear one then.
Mhm.
dust there. Can it? No, I just can't leave it. Oh, wait, I was told.
Jeanette, if you carry on like that, I dare say the bookshelf shall give out in a few moments' time.
Thank you so much. There was just so much dust up there.
I understand. I had noticed it myself, actually. I was just on my way to get a car. How about you leave this part to me?
Okay, you.
No need to thank me. I must admit, I'm not impressed by your keen dust spotting eye.
Just couldn't rest easy thinking that we hadn't finished cleaning in here.
I'm quite the same. How anyone can abide dust, even heat dust. Well, I can't grasp the idea.
You and I are like two peas in a pod. Oh, sorry, that's a bit rude of me.
We do seem to be similar in a number of ways, yes? So I have a spot of advice for you, if you don't mind.
Yes?
Next time you identify a dusty patch in an inaccessible location, please send for me.
That's very kind, but I don't want to bother someone as busy as you.
Nonsense. I'm keen to avoid a repeat performance of the tragedy of Miss Annette and the others.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry about that. Right. Next time, I'll definitely call for you.
I would never forgive myself if you managed to pull a whole bookcase over on yourself.
I promise that won't happen.
What's that, Hermione?
Surprise is spoiled. That's the fruit for you to cut up.
No, not doing that again. I've got better uses for my sword than chopping up fruit and firewood.
I cannot imagine what could be better than chopping fruit.
Chopping my enemies.
I was saying that so you have met. So you would rather chop all on fire. Is that?
That's not how I put it. Blade's purpose is to chop wood, use an axe. To chop food, use a knife.
Surely it is not forbidden to use your sword for other, like chopping fruit. Swords that cut inanimate objects are serving a much finer purpose than those that cut living.
For the noble citizen. And those who are weak lose everything and they die. Those who are strong and live on. I understand what you want very much. But you must answer as purpose.
And what purpose might that be?
Purpose. Let's just leave it at that. Not in the mood to debate you. I'll continue to wield my sword. If necessary, cut down my enemies.
He certainly is a stubborn one.
Mm-hmm.
Those monsters might still be out there. Better get back to Tom's. Or don't. Ash! Ash! I finally found you. Zero? What are you doing here? You're awfully far from your post. I'd heard you'd gone missing, so I started looking for you everywhere. Here, I brought you a map. You can use this to get home later. You came all this way for that. Alone. It's dangerous. Am I being a nuisance? Of course not. This is a big house, usually. You took a serious risk coming out. I thought we were friends. That's what you told me, Ash. You said friends help each other when they're in trouble. I did say that. You're wrong. Come on, let's get back to the monastery. I could use your help finding the way. I know you could. That's why I came out here. Oh no, I just thought about it. I'm gonna be in trouble when I get back. Maybe. Leaving your post is against orders. But don't worry. I'll take a share of the punishment. What? Why? You did nothing wrong. True. We're friends, though. Friends gotta get punished together, too? I don't know about all that. I wouldn't put it like that. I'd say friends stick together, for good and bad. So, let's split the blame.
That's what friends are for. Wow, so that's what friends are for. Okay then, when you're in trouble next time and need help, I'll go with you to get punished. Good. I hope you remember that, because I think we're going to be friends for a long time. You betcha. Friends for life, Ash.
We're going to end off the video here. And we'll do the rest of the supports and then start the next chapter within the next episode. See you guys then.